Hey y'all, Dylan here. Um, this video is probably going to be a little bit different than other videos that I've put up so far. It's uh, a little bit, it's pretty spur of the moment and a little more free flowing than even the other ones that I, you know, have put up so far were. So, yeah, that being said, just gonna jump in. So the last couple of days, I've been listening to that old Frou Frou song, "Let Go." I'm not sure how many people are familiar with that song. If not, you should definitely check it out. Um, and you know, one of the lines in it is like, "What are you waiting for? Um, Jump in, come on, let's go. There's beauty in the breakdown." And I've really been leaning into that, and it's totally true, of course. And I think that I have tried to be mindful and conscious, and also, still fallen into a little bit of a um, just an old pattern and pathway in my life of fear of being too vulnerable, too open, too real. And that's kind of the exact opposite of what I hope to embody moving forward in my own life, and in the work that I hope to do with others. I think that transparency and vulnerability are critical in being able to demonstrate that there can be a space held for really real, raw things. I feel more convinced than ever that that is what we're dealing with. I know that's what I'm dealing with, even when it's not totally conscious, for whatever reason or reasons, is old, big emotions, things in the body that have not been processed, trauma. And yeah, just there is beauty in those things, and there's beauty in healing, and it's also really challenging and a lot at times, and that is kind of what leads me to this video, honestly. So I've touched on it, but when I left home last August, so almost a year ago now, with my partner, best friend of 7 years now, I was 2 months off of all psychiatric drugs after being on them for 21 years. And I perhaps underestimated what this first year off of them would be like for me, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, just in general for my nervous system. It's been a lot. I've recently been hearing others say more specifically that the first year is a lot. And I think that doing what we've been doing on our journey, it was a lot. And then we shifted into doing van life, and I've held a lot of shame about being so vulnerable publicly, and also like living nomadically, as amazing and wonderful as it is. And I do hope to still continue to get these opportunities moving forward in my life, and like actively like planning them. It's also a lot. It has been a lot on my nervous system, and I would say what I've come to terms with over just this last week is it's perhaps not entirely where I am right now, and where I need to be able to focus on my healing. So for now, I've landed in Northern California by just my beliefs, like kind of, fate, divine, whatever. But I'm staying on the property of a like healer that I had found online at least like 6 months or more before I ever left Omaha, where I'm from, and Nebraska. And I remember being like immediately like just consuming these videos and of these sessions, this work, this modality that she does, emotional release therapy. And I remember being like totally terrified, quite honestly, as well as like obviously just super drawn to it. And I knew, I was like, this is deep work, and this is work that I believe in without even like having experienced it myself. So a few months into this journey that I've been on last year, so maybe like 5, 6 months ago, she had, due to COVID, been moving her work to a virtual format, and very effectively. And I had a virtual session with her, and it was unlike anything else I've ever done. And it was profound. And I also knew that it was just the beginning, and that it would not be the end of work I hope to do, and honestly learning I hope to do from her. So yeah, fast forward, I was, continuing my healing journey the best I could. And, particularly for me, the last like month has been fairly challenging, and my nervous system just really struggling to get regulated, which I intend to make a video specifically about this, but like, let me just say, like, for those of you who are following and are resonating with my story, like, nervous system regulation, in my opinion, has got to be there. It's got to be a key component of where you're starting, because when we aren't feeling safe, is essentially we're not regulated, right? And when that's not there, for me, at least right now, I believe that it's really makes it really difficult and challenging to start being able to move up, not in like a hierarchy or ladder sense, but in a way, like, there's higher level needs, right? Like, if in our perception, if we are not safe, we don't have that like root in us, right? The root chakra, for example, if that resonates with folks at all, as one example. But like, if we don't have that baseline safety, right, like, someone isn't going to be able to like start looking at just old patterns and, higher levels of cognition or emotional processing, spiritual things, spiritual development, self-worth, all these things. Like, someone who isn't feeling safe in their environment, or living in a perception of being safe, is, in my opinion, for me anyways, when those periods which was most of my life, quite frankly, it becomes really hard to start diving into the emotions. And that's why I'm really excited about this modality in particular, is because of what a safe container it creates to dive into these emotions. So I'll get right back into that, but let me just finish this train of thought, which is, yeah, I've been struggling and feeling fairly isolated, and I've been doing work. I've been working with someone very important and special to me, an energy healer back from where I'm from, and it's been incredibly supportive and helpful. I definitely could intend to do a whole video about the work she does at some point, but I needed more, and so I realized that I needed to get grounded in like a stationary, non-nomadic environment, and just kind of get regulated and start looking at some things. And it has been exactly what I needed, because I knew that in myself, right? Even though it was hard to admit, it was exactly what I needed, and I knew that. And just within 7 days, 8, I've been able to really start realizing some things about the experiences I had surrounding, specifically, my experiences in the facility that I was in as a teenager. And I am definitely intending, and hopefully not even that much longer, to make a video about specifically that, as I'm kind of waking up to a lot of things. But for now, again, trying to stay on track, I have just been able to really start actually feeling like grounded and in a place where I can actually get back into doing the work that I need to do to heal. So, I don't know. I just wanted to make this video about that and be honest and share with you all, and say that, healing is not linear. It's messy. It's beautiful. It's profound. It's a process. It's an ongoing process, and it evolves and shifts and all these things. And if we can figure out a way to realize and then start actively taking away that layer of shame, that we don't have it all together yet, or we don't have all the answers, because honestly, no one really does, quite frankly. So if we can take away that shame and just look at those emotions and just feel them and let them resolve, it's letting the traumas resolve. And so this work that I'm referencing here is it really does that. And I am in just a couple hours having my first in-person session of it, with a practitioner who is currently studying under Pat, and they are going to be doing a session on me, and I am really, really nervous, and also just really excited for it to get going. So the modality is, just from my understanding, I'll make edits in the future if turns out I misspoke, but it's a combination of body work and breath work and inner child work. So it's going into certain points in the body, or what they refer to them as doorways, and then this added component of the inner child work, and just kind of or parts work, and same thing, and just honestly going into the body and bypassing the mind, which gets complicated and wants us to go into our stories and words and all these things, and just going into the raw beautiful emotion and actually feeling what, for whatever reason, like, because we all have them, we weren't able to fully process that emotion or feel that emotion, let out whatever needed to come out. Um, and, it's intense. And if you do find videos of sessions on YouTube or whatever, like, they are intense. And, like I said, when I first watched them, I was both terrified and also, like, super drawn to it. And I am just, yeah, I think that this is one pathway, there's many pathways. I also feel that this pathway in particular is kind of like a straight, you know, to it, like going to it and releasing. So, yeah, I am really excited to have this first session. I hope to and intend to do sessions with Pat as well. And yeah, honestly, it has been since I found her work, a, like a dream of mine to be able to, learn the technique myself and have that as a, tool and a something that I can share with other folks as well. And because I'm realizing, just that for all the reasons that are specific to me and also totally non-specific to me, I'm realizing I've just stayed in existing in silence around my emotions. And there's, there's again specific to me, and I'm also learning not so specific to just me, very real reasons of why I struggle to go all the way to the emotions, why I want to look at them, why I want to hold them, why I want to feel them and resolve them, and why you get to a point and it is hard to do alone. Past a certain point, why someone there holding that space for you, help, just being there in it without judgment is so important. And yeah, emotions are messy and they're also beautiful. And I'm really like looking forward to being able to kind of start fully feeling them at all. And also learning to release some of that own internal judgment around what it looks like, the expression of these emotions, and just kind of letting go and releasing a lot of the conditioning that I've been given in life of be seen and not heard. I think is like a big one for certain generations, but as well as just you're too much, your emotions are too big, people not knowing what to do with them. And yeah, I don't believe anymore that they're too much or too big, and I believe that they're what make me me. And I also believe that there's a reason why all those emotions are there, in the first place. And I believe a lot of them, it falls on me to heal them and deal with them and process and resolve them, and that's what I intend to do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to using this modality and this time to ground, to do that. And so I will intend to make a video again after, having this session, and hopefully more this coming week or so, and talk about my experiences with that. I don't know. I'm still like toying with the idea, maybe filming one to share as well. Um, you know, but I just wanted to make this and get this, and my video keeps like cutting in and out, so it's gonna be like spliced together, but like it's all good, right? And yeah. So thanks for sticking around and coming back and watching these, and if you know you're feeling like anything I've shared, maybe at all, in any way, of like, should have it all figured out, or like, should be able to do like this, or what, feeling, I don't know, I've always felt very different from other people. Like I'm kind of like on the outside, especially like peers, people my age, and um, you know, I think that if we could just all get back to stripping away all these like expectation and roles and things that have been assigned to us, these labels, these damaging like labels that keep us separate from each other, and just really get back to our humanness, and just being able to say like, yeah, this emotion is a lot and it's heavy, and also it's really beautiful to go to it and learn how to give it what it needs, so that it can, heal, and release. I think that we could all, breathe a little deeper and be a little kinder to ourselves, ideally. So that's a big part of the work that I have been intending to do, and am still holding the intention of learning how to do, on deeper levels, and inlay all the layers for myself. So again, just thank you all for joining me on this, and yeah, look forward to sharing with you all about how it goes. All right, take care.